What if you woke up one morning and discovered you had a superpower? Not just any superpower. Imagine being able to lift a lion or knock down huge city gates. Welcome to the world of Samson, the Bible's most surprising superhero. But here's the twist. His strength comes not from magic, but from a promise and a very unusual haircut. But let us start at the beginning. Because the people of Israel did wrong again, such as worshipping other gods, the Lord allowed the Philistines to take control over them for 40 years. There was a man in Zorah, of the tribe of the Danites, whose name was Manoah. His wife was barren, and they had no children. Manoah's wife, who we will call Mama M, would often pick figs and prayer silently for a miracle. One day, an angel suddenly appeared in front of Mama M, shining brighter than the stars.
God has heard your prayers. Even though you have been unable to have children, you will soon become pregnant and give birth to a son. Never cut his hair, as it will be a sign of his special strength. He will be dedicated to God as a Nazirite from birth. He will begin to rescue Israel from the Philistines.
Mama M bursts into the room, her face glowing with exciting news for Papa Manoah. A moment of shocked silence quickly turns into pure joy as they laugh, their happiness filling the whole house. Hand in hand, Mama M and Papa Manoah begin to dance, their steps filled with newfound hope. They thank the Lord. 9 months pass. In Manoah's home, a new life begins. Samson is born, a picture of strength and sweetness. In his tender years, little Samson demonstrates his gentle strength, guiding sheep with surprising care. A playful grin lights up the face of an older Samson, effortlessly carrying overflowing baskets of apples. Teenage Samson's triumphant shout echoes as he leaves his competitors in the dust during a donkey race. Samson embodies strength, a testament to his extraordinary childhood. The countryside basks in the glow of sunset as long shadows stretch across the rolling hills. The years pass, and Samson is now an adult. As he admires the sunset, he wonders, why am I different? What makes me special? He suddenly understands something important, and it makes him feel like he has a new goal in life. One day in the nearby town of Timnah, a Philistine woman caught Samson's eye.
Mom, Dad, a young Philistine woman in Timnah caught my eye. I want to marry her. Get her for me.
They were unhappy about Samson wanting to marry a Philistine. They asked if there was an acceptable woman among their relatives or among their people.
Get her for me. She's the right one for me.
Samson's parents didn't know that God was making this happen. The Lord was seeking an occasion to confront the Philistines. On the way to Timnah, the ground trembles, a shadow looms. All of a sudden, a huge lion jumps out of the thick bushes. A surge of divine power courses through Samson as he confronts the lion. Samson tore the lion apart with his bare hands as one might tear a young goat. But he told neither his father nor his mother what he had done. Samson joyfully goes to his Philistine beauty to propose that they should be with one another.
We shall have a grand wedding celebration, inviting my village and your people.
Sometime later, when returning to Timnah for the wedding, Samson turned off to look at the bones of the lion. He found that bees had made honey there. He takes some of the honey and puts it into a jar, and he gave some honey to his parents to eat. But he didn't tell them where he got it from. As father was making final wedding plans, Samson threw a party at Timnah, as was the custom. Samson sits with the Philistine guests, his eyes twinkling like he has a fun secret.
Let me tell you a riddle. If you solve my riddle during these 7 days of the celebration, I will give you 30 fine linen robes and 30 sets of festive clothing. But if you can't solve it, then you must give me 30 fine linen robes and 30 sets of festive clothing."
A Philistine leader nods and agrees to the challenge.
Out of the eater, something to eat. Out of the strong, something sweet.
3 days later, the Philistines were still trying to solve the riddle. On the 4th day, they said to Samson's wife, "Get the answer for us, or we will burn down your father's house with you in it." Samson's wife came to him in tears and said, "You don't love me, you hate me. You have given my people a riddle, but you haven't told me the answer." After 7 days of nagging, Samson finally told her. She in turn gave the answer to her people. So the Philistine men gave Samson the answer before sunset of the 7th day. He felt betrayed. Then the Spirit of the Lord came powerfully upon Samson. He went down to the town of Ashkelon. Samson fought 30 of their men, stripped them of everything, and took their clothes. He took the belongings of the 30 men to give to the men who had solved his riddle. Furious at what happened, Samson returns to his parents' home. His wife was given to one of his companions. Later on, during the wheat harvest, Samson took a young goat and went to visit his wife, but her father would not allow it. He explained that she was given to Samson's companion as the father was sure Samson hated her. "Isn't her younger sister more attractive? Take her instead."
This time I cannot be blamed for everything I am going to do to you Philistines.
Samson, a figure of immense strength, gently corrals 300 foxes and ties them tail to tail in pairs. He carefully attaches a lit torch to each pair of tails and let the foxes loose in the fields. Torches ignite the dry stalks, creating a river of fire that races through the crops, a spectacle of destruction. Under the cloak of night, the wheat fields ignite in a sudden, blinding spectacle of sparks. Panic consumes the Philistines as the serene night transforms into a chaotic scene of flight and fire. The quiet fields are now full of noise and chaos, and every little spark shows how scared the Philistines are getting. When the Philistines asked who did this, they were told it was Samson, the Timnite's son-in-law, because his wife was given to his companion. So the Philistines went up and burned her and her father's house down.
Since you've acted like this, I swear that I won't stop until I get my revenge on you.
He attacked them viciously and slaughtered many of the Philistines. He then went down and stayed in a cave in the rock of Etam. The Philistines went up and camped in Judah, spreading out near Lehi. The people of Judah asked, "Why have you come to fight us?"
"We have come to take Samson prisoner and to do to him as he did to us."
Then 3,000 men from Judah went down to the cave in the rock of Etam and called to Samson.
"Don't you realize that the Philistines are rulers over us? What have you done to us?"
I merely did to them what they did to me.
"We've come to tie you up and hand you over to the Philistines."
Swear to me that you won't kill me yourselves.
"Agreed. We will only tie you up and hand you over to them. We will not kill you."
After tying up Samson, they brought him down the mountain from the cave. As they approached Lehi, the Philistines came shouting towards Samson. The Spirit of the Lord came powerfully upon him. The ropes on his arms dropped. He grabbed a jawbone of a donkey and struck down 1,000 men. The ground was littered with the fallen.
With a donkey's jawbone, I have made donkeys of them. With a donkey's jawbone, I have killed 1,000 men.
Because he was very thirsty, he cried out to the Lord, and God opened up the hollow place in Lehi, and water came out of it. Samson drank, and his strength returned. The spring was called En-Hakkore, and it is still there in Lehi. One day, Samson went to Gaza. where he saw a beautiful woman. He approached her and went to spend the night with her. Philistines learned that Samson was in Gaza and waited in the darkened alleys to seek revenge. They watched patiently and waited for Samson. Near the city gates, they lurk, their forms obscured by the heavy darkness. Their trap is set, ready to ensnare the unsuspecting Samson. At dawn, we will kill him. However, in the middle of the night, Samson got up and went to the city gate. With a surge of godlike strength, he hoisted the immense gates onto his back and carried them to the top of the hill that faces Hebron. With a display of brute strength, Samson deposits the gates atop the hill. Gaza is now left vulnerable to attacks. Samson's triumph is complete. Sometime later, Samson unexpectedly meets and falls in love with a woman in the valley of Sorek, Delilah. Her smile makes everything look happy, but it hides the fact that she is secretly helping the Philistine leaders. They had promised her lots of silver if she uncovers the secret of Samson's strength. As they stand together, the beauty of the countryside contrasts with the treachery that hides beneath Delilah's captivating facade. Soft candlelight flickers in Delilah's home, casting shadows that stretch and sway as if asking quiet questions. Delilah asks, "Tell me the secret of your great strength and how you can be tied up and subdued."
If anyone ties me with 7 fresh bowstrings that have not been dried, I'll become as weak as any other man.
Then the rulers of the Philistines brought her 7 fresh bowstrings, which she used to tie Samson up with men hidden in the room.
"Samson, the Philistines are upon you."
But he snapped the bowstrings as easily as a piece of string snaps when it comes close to a flame. So the secret of his strength was not discovered.
"You have made a fool of me. You lied to me. Come now, tell me how you can be tied."
If anyone ties me securely with new ropes that have never been used, I'll become as weak as any other man.
So Delilah took new ropes and tied him with them.
"Samson, the Philistines are upon you."
But he snapped the ropes off his arms as if they were threads.
"All this time you have been making a fool of me and lying to me. Tell me how you can be tied."
If you weave the 7 braids of my head into the fabric on the loom and tighten it with the pin, I'll become as weak as any other man.
While he was sleeping, Delilah took 7 braids of his head and wove them into the fabric and tightened it with the pin.
"Samson, the Philistines are upon you."
He awoke from his sleep and pulled up the pin and the loom with the fabric. "How can you say I love you when you won't confide in me? This is the 3rd time you have made a fool of me and haven't told me the secret of your great strength." With such nagging, she prodded him day after day until he was sick to death of it.
No razor has ever been used on my head because I have been a Nazirite dedicated to God from my mother's womb. If my head were shaved, my strength would leave me, and I would become as weak.
When Delilah saw that he had told her everything, she wrote a message and sent the message to the Philistine leaders. The message said to, "Come back once more. He has told me everything." So the leaders returned with the silver. After Samson had fallen asleep, she called for someone to shave off the 7 braids of his hair, and so began to subdue him, and his strength left him.
"Samson, the Philistines are upon you."
He awoke from his sleep and thought, "I'll go out as before and shake myself free." But he did not know that the Lord had left him. Suddenly, Philistine soldiers emerged from the darkness. They seized the now powerless Samson and binded him with ropes. The soldier then blinded him and took him down to Gaza. Samson is all by himself in the prison of the Philistines, feeling very sad and hopeless as it gets dark around him. They made the once mighty Samson to grind grain in the prison. The weight of his past catches up to him, leaving him fragile and exposed. He struggles to reconcile with his new reality, a world where his strength has abandoned him. The Philistine temple rocks with thunderous cheers, their faces reflecting wild triumph. Samson, his once mighty strength now subdued, is dragged into the heart of the celebration. The Philistines continue to celebrate, their victory complete. The temple echoes with the sounds of victory, a stark reminder of Samson's downfall. Days turn into weeks in the Philistine prison. Almost imperceptibly, life stirs within Samson as his hair starts to grow back. The grand Philistine temple is full of happy excitement, with loud cheers and happy noises filling the big space. Sunlight reveals Samson kneeling, a shadow of his former self.
In the dim hush of the morning, I run fingers through the dust, heavy heart, a burden for me, wrestling with what I must. I was chosen for a reason, yet I tremble at the cost. Shadows fall with every season, promises I thought I lost. Was it pride that broke me open, or hope that never grew? Why did you leave me weak when I wanted to be strong? Were you still with me when I let my courage go wrong? Oh, I hear the lion roaring somewhere beneath my skin. If I fall in these ruins, you lift me up again. I recall the hands that held me, the vows I failed to keep, a love betrayed, regrets surround me. Still I'm searching in the deep. Did you see me in my darkness? Did you turn your face away? Or was grace just waiting patient for my pride to finally break? I can feel the chains unravel, feel the weight begin to move. Why did you leave me weak and I wanted to be strong? Were you still with me when I let my courage go wrong? Oh, I hear the lion roar somewhere beneath my skin. If I fall in these ruins, will you lift me up again? Oh, lift me up Beneath the weight of broken vows, I'm waiting for your voice. Even when the temple crumbles down, in you I find my choice. With empty hands I rise and stand, let your mercy be my guide. Though my strength is gone, I know you won't leave me on this side. Why did you leave me weak when I wanted to be strong? Were you still with me when I let my courage go wrong? Oh, I hear the lion roaring somewhere beneath my skin. If I fall in these ruins, will you lift me up again? Oh, you lift me up again. If I fall in these rooms, will you lift me up again?
Then Samson prayed to the Lord, "Sovereign Lord, remember me, please God. strengthen me just once more, and let me with one blow get revenge on the Philistines for my 2 eyes." Then Samson reached toward the 2 central pillars on which the temple stood, bracing himself against them, his right hand on the one and his left hand on the other. Samson said, "Let me die with the Philistines." Then he pushed with all his might. The ground shook, the walls crumbled, and the cries of the Philistines filled the air as the temple collapsed. Thus he killed many more when he died than while he lived. Then his brothers and his father's whole family went down to get him. They brought him back and buried him between Zorah and Eshtal in the tomb of Manoah his father. He had led Israel 20 years. The memory of Samson echoes through the land. Samson's story teaches us several important lessons. 1. True strength comes from God. Muscles are not everything. Being brave, kind, and honest is a special kind of strength. 2. Everyone makes mistakes. Samson made mistakes, and God still cared for him and gave him another chance. 3. Use your gifts to help others. Everyone has something special. Use your talents to do good things for others. 4. Be careful who you trust. Choose your friends wisely. Good friends help you make good choices. 5. God always loves you. God forgave Samson and listened to his prayer. God gives second chances and loves you very much. So, what's your special gift? Will you use it to help, to laugh, to love, and to make the world brighter? Your mighty adventure can start today. Stay tuned for some additional bloopers. The force was strong with them. Oh my, what happened to your body, Samson? So much easier to see through this blindfold with these eye holes. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Be blessed.